I've always loved food. I used to be a chubby kid. I've been eating ever since I was born, like crazy. And when I went to study, I started cooking more and more and more. And then every now and then I make food for my friends and they'll be happy with it. And then I started making sandwiches for friends and they were ecstatic. They loved all the sandwiches I made. And I just experimented with a lot of sandwiches everywhere. And then I slowly compiled all the flavors I knew into one tiny menu, tiny perfect menu that we use here at the Foundry. And that's where all my calling came from. Foundry is where they pour metal. It's a place where they melt metal and form it into different things, really. So it has nothing, the name has nothing to do with food per se. Because when I first came out and wanted to do this project, I didn't want a name that would essentially say what I'm selling. I wanted to create an image of itself and the food be there in the background, you know, to support that image. And it's just a feel of what the Foundry is. It's a place where it's raw, it's a place where we serve good food, it's chill, nothing's fake, it's all real, you know? The Foundry is the Foundry, you know? Well, the food is special because it's all fresh. There's nothing that we use that's preserved. We use barbecue sauce that we make with grapes. We use chicken that's cooked fresh. The meat that we use is also fresh, no preservatives, nothing. So that's one thing that really makes us special. But what makes us even more special is where we started. And that's our humble beginnings in Qut Market. People really fell in love with what we served. And we only served one sandwich, the chicken special. And right now it's still our best seller. And that's what really makes us who we are today. Like people come to us for very simple but delicious foods, really. Small menu, but all perfect. Well, it all started when I was in the US. I love food. All I do is I eat, sleep, I work out, and then I repeat. Yeah, that's pretty much my schedule. So what happened is in the US, I tried so many different foods when I was studying. And then when I travel, I try even more food. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna start cooking. And one day I made a nice sandwich for a friend of mine, and they fell in love with it. And that seed is what planted the idea of what the Foundry is. Yeah, and in my mind, in my heart, like this is where it all came from. You know, and then this is where this started, after the farmer's market, Qut Market. When you want to venture into the food industry, rule number one, know what the food industry is about. You can't venture into an industry you don't even know when you don't even know how to cook. So that's rule number one, know how to cook, understand the food you're trying to do inside to sell to people. And rule number two, you have to understand the people you're trying to sell to. You have to understand what they like. Sometimes what you like is not what they like, and you have to understand that. And sometimes it's very difficult. But once you get over that barrier, you reach rule number three, which is just jump into it. Don't wait for it, just go for it. Like if you have the idea, if you have the passion, just go for it, you know? Don't hesitate. Just make sure you got your background, someone's there to help you out, know you have the time and the patience, because it's very difficult. But once you jump into it, you're in, you're good, you're good.